40%. You gotta be joking. The movie's an absolute masterpiece. Hello, lovely peoples of the Susan's Tubes, my fellow horror nerds. It is I, Rorshach Myers. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is definitely going to be a good one, a most satisfying one, just like the movie itself, Halloween Kills. 2 thumbs up, 10 out of 10. Best movie since the original Star Wars. Really enjoyed it. Couldn't get enough. I've seen Michael Myers lay waste to the new progressive characters littering the town of Haddonfield. It was very enjoyable. Really enjoyed it, and it had a retro feel to it when I watched it at the cinema. I went to the cinema. Okay, just recap my experience with the movie from last year. I went to the cinema with the family, not expecting much. Wasn't a fan of the Halloween franchise. Sat down, watched it, and was utterly engrossed for the entire running period of the movie. Is that what you call it? Running time of the movie. The entire length, the entire duration of the movie. Edit. I don't edit. Really enjoyed it. Had a great time with the movie. Really got me into the franchise to such a degree that I am now a big old weirdo on the internet wearing a Michael Myers shirt. I've got loads of franchise merchandise around me. Even got my own Halloween Kills Michael Myers mask. So a big fan. The movie Halloween Kills really it brought me into the franchise in a manner that I hadn't even anticipated would be a thing, you know. Never thought I'd be a big Michael Myers fan until I saw the movie Halloween Kills. That's how much of an impression it made upon me, right? So when I see the reviews here on the internet, the professional critics, the professional progressives more like, I'm giving it 40%. I think there's something wrong here. I need to investigate, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do quite a few of these videos. Well, I go through the progressive movie reviews of Halloween Kills and tell you exactly why they are wrong. How do I know they're wrong? Because they're progressives. They're always bloody wrong. So let's do the first review here then on the list. We'll click on, not that one, this one here. So we've got 252 professional reviews. Maybe I'll do 252 videos. Maybe. The first one. Okay, this is Matt Brunson from Film Frenzy. He says it's a depressing disaster. Okay, Matt, let's have a look at your little review. Just a little. Matt's only got a little, and I'll tell you why his 1-star review is wrong. Okay, so let's read it. I never like reading the words of a progressive. You go into the dank and depressing, warped mindset, and it's never a happy experience. But it's only a little, so yeah, let's do it. I think we'll be okay just reading this paragraph of waffle. Okay, Halloween Kills is the follow-up to the 2018 Halloween, a belated and alternate universe sequel to the 78 classic, even above sport the same name, as I noted in my review of the 18 edition. This is what happens when a valuable franchise is entrusted to the guys who foisted your highness upon an unsuspecting world. Is he quoting himself like it's anything? Yeah, he is. He's quoting himself. I don't know what your highness is. Was that a movie made by the filmmakers of Halloween Kills? Maybe. I don't think this guy's going to be a fan of these filmmakers, is he? Go here for the review. Nah, I don't think I'll do that, Matt. But while frat boy filmmakers, well, that's a pejorative, isn't it? Calling somebody a frat boy. He's just a frat boy. David Gordon Green, the great David Gordon Green, and Danny McBride, the former servant as writer-director, the latter as co-scripter, made a rampaging mediocrity. A rampaging mediocrity. It's a rampaging mediocrity because I declare it to be a rampaging mediocrity. I am such an important person. 4 years ago, they've created an out-and-out turkey this time around. No, they haven't. They produced a movie that was so good, it brought a jaded old conspiracy theorist, that's me, back into an entire franchise and delving back into the old movies. So if it was an out-and-out turkey, as someone like me would not be here today wearing this sweater and doing the video. I am proof that this review is wrong, because I would not be so excited about the franchise if I just sat through a turkey last year in the cinema. Okay, where was I? So they've created a turkey. No, they haven't. It turns out that Michael Myers, James Jude Courtney, survived. The best actor in Hollywood. Hollywood's #1 leading man is James Jude Courtney. Survived a fire scene at the end of Halloween, so he continues his killing spree around his Haddonfield hometown. The mother-daughter-granddaughter tag team of Lois Strode, Jamie Lee and Karen Nelson, Judy Galea and Alison Nelson and Andy Matichak is again determined to stop him. So too is citizen Tommy Doyle, okay, she's going through the plot here, isn't he, who leads a mob of unquestioning sheep, same thing, who repeatedly bleat, "Make Haddonfield great again." I mean, evil dies tonight. They weren't stand-ins for the Trump supporters. Nah, I didn't get that from the movie. The mob, if anything, were a stand-in for the BLM rioters, the largely peaceful rioters during the election season. Trump types don't get into large mobs and rampage through the city. Okay, they got a little bit excited on January the 6th, but that was a one-off. But by and large, they are largely peaceful. It's the Democrats who are all about mob justice. No justice, no peace. That wasn't the Trump supporters saying that, was it? Anyway, so this reviewer thinks that the mob is a Trump mob, but I saw it more as a Democratic CNN watching mob. Evil dies tonight. Halloween Kills is a depressing disaster. I didn't find it depressing at all. I was very happy as I left the cinema. With the filmmakers as mechanical as their hulking hero in finding groovy new ways to slay the people. They were kind of groovy new ways they found to slay the people. Very entertaining, very creative. Michael Myers was on top form in this movie. There are several new characters who promise to bring amusement and originality to the series, but nope, they're merely there as cinematic cannon fodder, as they should be, because the star of the show is Michael Myers. Green and McBride laughably try to inject real-world meaning into the film. It's not laughable, saying that mob justice can often go wrong, and when you're fighting a perceived evil like Trump, you become the very thing that you think you're fighting against. You become the problem. I don't think Democrats are very capable of looking at themselves in the mirror and seeing the world or the movies reflecting negatively upon themselves. They're incapable. They've got a vampiric incapability of self-reflection, the Democrats. And yes, I am assuming the reviewer is a Democrat here, because most reviewers are Democrats. You don't work for the mainstream media if you're not, really, in America today. It was like. So they laughably try to inject real-world meaning. I didn't find it laughable at all. I found it very resonant. Black Lives Matter. Being meaning into the film, they bungle the assignment. For instance, the movie is anti-vigilante until it suddenly decides to become pro-vigilante. Yeah, it's complex, as you progressives say when you try to muddy the water. The real world is complicated. Some things aren't good, some things aren't bad. Apart from Michael Myers, we all know one thing about Michael Myers, don't we? He's good. In a modern context, he's definitely the good guy here with his white face. Rampaging through the progressives of Haddonfield. Yeah, things aren't always black and white, to be serious for a second. Things are a little bit more complex here, so yeah. Why can't the movie be both anti-vigilante and pro-vigilante? If you show both sides of it, people can choose for themselves, Freedom of choice. This is not the meaning. Set here, we want you to think this. No, it can be this. It can be this. It can be a mob of mad Trump alt-righters, or it can be the Democratic Black Lives Matter group. That's what good movies do. They don't force the messaging onto you. They leave it for the audience. They say to the audience members, "We respect your intelligence. This is our art. Make of it what you will." The more I think about Halloween Kills, the more I'm convinced it's a very underrated movie. Okay, so he thinks it's laughable. I didn't think it was very laughable at all. Now, when Michael Myers was killing Big and Little John, that did make me chuckle for sure. Okay, and just when it seems like this can't go any lower, along comes those final cynical shots. What's wrong with cynical shots? I don't like cynicism. Okay, well, I'm okay with cynicism. We live in the very cynical age. I'm all about this cynicism. If that's what indeed the final shots were, which I'm not sure that they were. Just because you say a thing's a thing doesn't mean it's a thing. The 4K plus Blu-ray edition contains both the theatrical version and an extended cut with an alternate ending. The extended cut's very enjoyable. This is the kind of movie where when it goes a little bit longer, you don't feel it's been drawn out. So I watched the extended cut. It's great. And the alternate ending, kind of creepy, kind of cool. Extras include audio commentary. I haven't seen that yet. Looking forward to sitting through that. But Green, Curtis and Greer making of features a gag reel and a kill count that tracks all 31 slayings in the film. 31 kills for the great Michael Myers in this movie, and that's why it's a fantastic movie. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Halloween kills, yeah, 31 times. Mwah! It was beautiful. Okay, so that's the review then from, what's this dude's name again? Not that it matters really. Matt Brunson. I gave it a 1 out of 4. Totally and utterly missing the point of the movie and why it resonated with people like me. But then again, I don't suppose he's ever talked to someone like me. He'll never talk to someone like me. I'm the wrong kind of person for him to have in his social circles, I'm sure. Okay, so that's the first review of, how many were there again? Quite a few, weren't there? Let's click back here. First review of 252 on Rotten Tomatoes. I might go through them all. I've got time until Halloween comes out. So yeah, why not make this a thing? I'm going to go through all 252 bloody reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to slay them all, Michael Myers style. Okay, guys, I think I'll conclude the video there. Thanks for checking us out. Give us a like and a sub if you'd be so kind. Hit the bell for instant updates. I'll be back later with reviewing the second review on this list by May Leltz. Halloween Kills My Vibe, says May Leltz. Well, so I'll be seeing you in the next couple of days, Ms., Mr., whatever you identify as, depending on the time of the day, person. Yeah, I'll be slaying your review later. Okay, guys, thanks for checking us out. Cheers. May, I'll be after you next.